Down to business then.
Ah, this is one that's most promising.
An important detective is missing. Skullduggery is surely afoot.
Solve it, and I'll write it up quick as you please.
Everything you need to survive the streets, right here.
He's a friend of mine. The whole station is out looking for him as we speak. Ironically, he came here on an investigation himself. Seems several people have gone missing in this part of town. We've had reports of missing people over the last few months. Detective Murphy is just the most recent and the only one who's anybody to speak of.
Right here. You won't find better.
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
I saw him going into the barber shop when I was on my way to work. In this kind of neighborhood, people come and go.
Where the hell did you get to then?
An odd man indeed. He spent a fair amount of time in here, poking around. George delivers that to us. It's amazing. The flowers just grow and grow. Sweet boy. Constantly giving my assistant gifts, a jacket, a handbag, and so on. Some people around town just seem to vanish. It is mysterious.
George is my sweetheart. I think he plans to propose marriage soon. Maybe even today.
I'm told that some people have gone missing, but I don't know anything about it.
No, move it over there.
He was in here asking about missing people. Bought a meat pie, he did. Stayed and chatted for a few minutes, then headed off to the barber.
Move it over there. Sharpish. Steady. Steady. Drop it. Yes, there.
He came in asking lots of questions. I believe I answered them to his satisfaction. Why would you want to know about him? Stupid boy. He does deliver tan leather on occasion, but I really have very little to do with him. I suppose there are a few people I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, I gave him a trim. He asked no-ended questions. When I cut his hair, I notices a tattoo right at the base of his neck. A green Celtic cross it was. George was in here earlier, getting an haircut. He wanted to look nice for his girl. He's been seeing Joanna from the flower shop for some time now. Said he's finally saved up enough money to pop a question. You're right. Several people have disappeared over the past months. Some of them were customers of mine.
I should go back and ask about this.
I'm trying to quit drinking. Sometimes my hand shakes when I'm given a shave.
Are you here to... Away with you! Right now! Away with you, or you will be sorry!
You won't intimidate me.
George, I hoped he'd stop by. I want to see his new haircut. You must be at his house. Oh, I do hope he proposes soon.
That's unusual. I wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
George delivers meat from the pies. Lovely lad. I pay on delivery. I believe he picks it up from a local butcher shop.
It's falling apart. Someone else. Noodles. It's the Queen's menagerie. I better be able to stay at home. I don't need to deal with this sort of treatment. I knew I should have stayed in bed today. By himself. Anything on the table, I'll give it.
What is the commotion?
George? I don't know any George. I pride myself on the quality of the beef I sell. Somebody selling cheap around here, though, my sales have dropped off. You mean the annoying bloke nosing around? I told him to sod off.
He was coming too close to figuring out where all those people went. They got parceled out to the baker, the florist, and me.
You very cleverly puzzled that one out. A very unpleasant crime. Perfect for one of Mr. Raymond's penny dreadfuls. Think of that. Crushed by a crate. The most hated man in London.
Can you imagine achieving such a title? One day my brilliance will bring me similar recognition.
Mr. Raymond, what are you talking about?
It's of no consequence. What's important is that this man was hated by many, but who delivered the fatal blow?
That's right. There's no coming through here.
I know the man. He's hated by everyone. Surprisingly, it's not clear what killed him. I find multiple wounds. No need to send many people to jail for killing such a terrible man. What say you only arrest the single person who actually caused his death?
I suspect that there is at least one deadly toxin in his system.
He appears to have been stabbed with a perforating weapon, perhaps a spike of some kind. There would be bleeding, and it would affect motor control right away, but death wouldn't come for another 6 minutes.
You're not permitted to go
He owned this site and paid us. We all hated him because he looked for any excuse to cheat us out of our wages. I didn't hate him any more or less than my mates. It's difficult to work properly. You'd have to know what you're doing to drop it at just the right moment. That's around the time I'm given a few minutes to eat something. About then, I would have been buying myself an apple at the stand down the street.
The man's a right bastard. I hope he's smouldering in hell. I'm not a crane operator. I wouldn't know how to work there.
Eddie? Yeah, I taught him how to work the crane a few days ago.
I often tie up my hair around a knitting needle. What business is it of yours? He's my husband. Each day I bring him the household expenses just after he eats his apple. I also brought him his invitation to the knighthood ceremony, the one with the special scepter. Of course, he wasn't going to take me along.
He stopped by here every day at the exact same time. He'd buy an apple and try to cheat me out of tuppence. But then most folks do that. Yeah, that sounds right. Came by for an apple. He was here when we heard the crate hit the ground.
I should return and find out about this.
Ashton stops in front of this pub every afternoon to check on business rumors. Something of a bastard, Ashton. Told me he had a bit of jam on the side, if you know what I mean. Wife didn't know about it. Well, the bit of jam wants out, but he won't let her. That's the sort of fellow we're speaking of. As a matter of fact, I do carry a revolver at all times. It can be a dangerous neighborhood for a wealthy fella such as myself. This proves nothing. That was Ashton's doing. The man had it in for me. He paid workers to wreck my machines. Cost me a fortune. As long as he was around, I'd never prosper.
I should go back and ask about this.
I see him here every day. He can be unpleasant, but I don't really know him.
He's been coming to me for years. He arrives precisely at 1 o'clock and leaves 2 minutes later. He takes a bluish medication every day and prefers that I administer it. This really is none of your business. He came to me for his blue medication. I gave him blue medication. Mary is a trusted assistant. As far as I know, she's completely above board. Today, she swept the shop and prepared some medications. She also fetched herself an apple from the apple stand.
Girl who works at the pharmacy? Yeah, she slipped me an extra threepence. She had a special app, just for Mr. Ashton. I gave him that one when he come by. Mr. Ashton did look strange-like. Eyes all yellowish. And then he turned pale after he bit into the apple. Almost green, really. Quite right. I asked the apple seller to give him a special apple. Is that a crime? He was a horrid man. That's all I have to say.
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions. I wonder if someone can tell me more about this.
Maybe it's Trummer's mane for life, and Ashton didn't care a fig. He deserved what happened. Beyond that, I'm Mum.
Very well. I found out about his dalliance with that girl from the pharmacy. It's not the first. Divorce is all but impossible given his influence with the clergy.
I'll put it down to the government, all for the toffs and nothing for the gun and his work in London and Borden Press. It's gonna be a massacre if no one stops it.
be the toast of the town.
A very unpleasant fellow. But what was that business about a knighthood ceremony? In any case, Mr. Raymond will have a story for Perlock Publishing.
Teach this clot a lesson. He's mine!
Your attempts to influence Parliament for the Indian cause have failed. You must do more.
I will not jeopardize my relationship with Queen and country to satisfy your crusade.
Your Highness, you belong to India, not here acting the part of a noble foreigner.
I have wasted enough time indulging in this
If your
nonsense.
mother could see you now, The last Maharaja of Punjab, basking inside his golden cage? How dare you?
I always recommend bringing someone's mother into the argument.
If he doesn't help his people, he will regret it forever.
How may we help?
Will you talk to him? He won't listen to me.
We'll do our best.
I tell you, it's a bloody great duck shoot out there. I've been raking it in for years. You should come out, you old bugger.
It's very tempting. Just not sure I can stomach the food. All those spices play havoc with my posterior. Splendid.
Your Highness, you have guests.
I suppose Mr. Green sent you.
Bringing up your mother was...
Impolite, and he was wrong to do so. We'd like to rectify the situation.
Then humor me, and join me in a shooting game. None of these people have any sense of enjoyment, and I am bored to death.
A shooting game? Seeing you haven't changed at all.
Ellsworth? My word! How good it is to see you! The mother country has treated you well. Jacob and Evie Fry, this is Brinley Ellsworth, a friend from a past life.
You've made new friends, I see.
What brings you to this part of the Empire?
Ah, company business, unfortunately. But I could not resist the chance of seeing you again. It's been far too long. I've heard nobody throws a party better than my dearest friend. I'm eager to see if your reputation overseas holds any truth.
My servant Thomas will be scoring the game.
Acquire the most amount of points by shooting the bottles in front of you. Each bottle is worth 1 point. You have 30 seconds. May the best shot win. Start the timer. Score 9 points.
Come, Thomas. This isn't enough of a challenge. Let's shorten the timer.
Round 2 will now commence. Try and do as well, if not better, within a 20-second time limit. Timer at the ready.
This should be interesting. Have a go, Singh.
Your turn, Your Highness.
Come.
Allow me.
Impressive. I am in awe, Singh. What they say of you is true.
Sir, I believe I heard a second shot.
He's right. That sounded like a second gunshot. Strange.
Strange indeed. Let me investigate.
I'm sure it wasn't anything serious. Don't bother. Are you suggesting this is a serious matter? It was most likely just an echo. Leave it be now.
I've been doing this a long time. I know the difference between one shot and two. There were most definitely two shots.
A second shot? I didn't hear anything. There was no one else. Who would shoot a gun at a party?
What are you on about? Guns are prohibited in the gardens.
I saw the man in front of me with a gun. I just assumed it was part of the decor. You know how royalty likes to socialize.
That prince is causing problems. He deserves to be silenced.
Kill him! I'll gut you like a fish!
Should have spent a bullet on you too. Oh, you are sharp.
What's happening over
Bloody
there?
hell.
No doubt about it.
Maybe he's got some information in his pockets.
Anything. Just please let me go. I'll give you anything you want. Mercy.
Well, well, well.
Let me
Seems our old friends the Templars are involved.
Ah, Jacob. I trust you're enjoying yourself?
The second shot...
I told you I won't hear any more of it today. I must go back to my party.
You must fill me in on your life here. It's been far too long.
Apologies, Your Highness. If you won't listen, perhaps Greenie will.
Any progress?
We're not the only ones who want His Highness's attention.
Don't tell me the British Indies Company's harassing him again. They can't afford it.
Well, let's just say it's not just the BIC, and Singh doesn't want any part of it.
The Templars? It can't be.
At this rate, they'll have him before he can do any good. We have to convince him to trust us.
Meet me back at my old shop. I might know something that can help.
I'm on it.
Lucky I'm trying to keep out of trouble.
Oh, that's
Next
just
day
about my luck.
last.
Did I fart in
Still,
church or
worth
something?
that low life.
The Almighty certainly
Not
seems to
anything
take
you drink.
great personal offence to me.
Evie, nice to see you again.
Good, you're here. This isn't the first time His Highness has had troubles with the British Indies Company. A couple of years ago, they held his mother captive and blocked all his letters to her. Odds are they're keeping his correspondence from reaching the outside world once again. I've acquired the mail courier schedule. There are two separate routes of transport. The first, a mail-carrying carriage convoy. The second, a train. If we set up an ambush, you should be able to seize his letters. Maybe this will change his mind. Start with the convoy. We must block the road.
That's it. Come on.
The mail convoy will be here any minute now. Scout the area of the Allies. I will guard the area.
We've got dynamite planted near the convoy's ambush location.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Follow me. Watching him. I'm counting on you. Understand? Right you are. Is everything all right?
convoy is headed our way.
Stay with Henry.
Understood.
Will do.
Please, a penny.
Stop! It's one of those bloody rooks!
Stop the carriage! We have trouble!
Right, something's going on.
Get him in this side!
Take a bullet, get away from me, girl! What do you need me to do? Keep your eyes! All the merrier! No one can beat me! Attack her from behind!
Come on, little girl.
Henry will want these.
Repeat the same process with the train. I must return to my shop and shall invite Mr. Singh over for a spot of tea.
Oi! You just scraped my carriage!
Hey, you're no driver!
There you are. Here now. Go on. Atta girl. There you go. That's it. Easy, easy.
I suppose I should be the one apologizing.
Train can come in at any moment. We need reinforcements.
I have a job for you.
All right then.
You all right?
You'll pay for sneaking around.
Serves you right.
Those Those letters should be inside the train.
Train's coming.
Got it. Why'd we stop?
The boss will be angry if we don't deliver these on time.
There is no way for you to...
She's here! I have her! How dare you!
For us to worry about. I am your better!
I knew this would be a challenge. I'll cut you in half. Watch for an opening.
I'll rip you apart!
I'll slice you to bits! Get her!